start surrounding himself with, I mean, he normally surrounds himself with pretty crazy people, but this Laura Loomer. My hobby is refurbishing vintage lawn jockeys. If you say Beetlejuice 4 times, you get me.
Remember when politics was boring? Yeah, me neither. But Bill Maher just took it to a whole new level of crazy. He's got Laura Loomer threatening lawsuits and Trump playing the I barely know her card. Buckle up, we're in for a wild ride. Everyone, keep on your MAGA hats. The roast of Loomer by Maher is more than just a collection of jokes. He has a blistering accusation regarding her ties to Trump that may shed light on the orange man's actions as of late. Why should we give a hoot about these two, and what is the truth about them? If you're looking for a satirical masterpiece that will make you laugh and cringe, go no further than Maher's comic list about Loomer. In doing so, he has given us a funny look into the mind of Loomer, Trump's newest fangirl, and amplified her questionable ideas. One of the treasures mentioned by Maher: "My spirit animal was eaten by Haitians." Please, I implore you, it's nearly genius level absurd. Maher is highlighting Loomer's radical views through humor, and it's working. However, that's not all. "I don't hate all brown people," says Maher in yet another zinger that will make you vomit out your covfefe. Not a single one yet. His portrayal of Loomer's speech is amusing and terrifying, as if he were holding up a funhouse mirror. Sure, these jokes are crazy, but what's the big issue? You may be asking. Get ready for the ride of your life, Buttercup, because Maher has only begun. He has a hunch about Trump and Loomer that will make you shiver. And I'm not referring to Trump's notorious comb-over.
Start surrounding himself with, I mean, he normally surrounds himself with pretty crazy people, but this Laura Loomer, the new groupie in Trump's circle, that's my opinion. I mean, I want to go through the list of conspiracy theorists, but we thought this would be a good week to get the audience to know her a little better.
Maher remarks, "People think I'm all in on Trump, but some of the voices in my head, like Jill Stein." It's a subtle jab against Loomer's political views that alludes to something more substantial. Do you think there's more to her unexpected friendship with Trump than what you see? Things start to get intriguing at that point. The shocking allegation that Loomer and Trump may be involved in an arranged relationship is dropped by Maher. Yes, that's correct. The comedian says, "I think maybe Laura Loomer's in an arranged relationship to influence the election because she's very close to Trump."
For example, my spirit animal was eaten by Haitians. As a child, I had 2 of my Bratz dolls deported. My biggest fear is immigrants taking my job as a right-wing hate monger.
Let me explain this to you so you don't imagine a MAGA wedding. This isn't just Maher making jokes. He is drawing attention to the dubious friendships in Trump's inner circle through comedic means. Hey, check out this pattern. He seems to be stating. It seems suspicious, doesn't it? Yet Maher is far from finished. He elaborates on his humorous criticism by saying, "She's 31, looks like his type, hurts." That's a joke that will make you laugh and cringe simultaneously, and it's not subtle at all. It's about Trump's past relationships with younger women. After Maher's roast,
I don't hate all brown people, just the brown ones. People think I'm all in on Trump, but some of the voices in my head like Jill Stein.
Trump may be expected to respond strongly. Be careful with your hair pieces, though. No amount of optimism can revive the Don's shattered spirits after his casino aspirations fizzled. Is the "you're fired" a maestro losing his magic, or is there more going on with this half-hearted response? Seems like Trump is attempting to act calm, but his reaction doesn't budge an inch. "I can't tell Laura what to do," was his go-to response when questioned about Loomer. It's as unimpressive as seeing a magician attempt to wring magic out of his links to Russia. However, the juicy part is about to happen. Trump tried to put more space between himself and Loomer in a news conference than he does between himself and his tax returns. He just referred to her as a supporter or a private citizen. Oh, absolutely. Also, I am the reigning monarch of the United Kingdom. Trump at his finest in this full performance. You may recall that he used to boast about the best people at his disposal. He now acts as if he knew very nothing about Loomer. Seeing the guy act as if he doesn't know his girlfriend when his hipster pals get up is like being in a cheesy romantic comedy. However, let's not pretend for a moment. It is not new for Trump to embrace unpopular personalities. He considers it a hobby on par with tweeting at 3 in the morning and eating steaks with ketchup. Therefore, why the abrupt shift in feelings towards Loomer? The situation appears to be quite precarious for our grumpy Trumpy folks. According to his spokeswoman, Trump doesn't agree with everything she said. This was an attempt to appease her. That is the most egregious understatement of all time, as if the Titanic had a minor leak. Exactly how Trump's political strategy, or lack thereof, is on full display here. When it suits him, he loves to befriend controversial personalities, but as soon as they become a burden, he dumps them like a toupee in a hurricane. It seems as though Trump is attempting to claim both sides of the issue. Keeping his radical base happy is important to him, but so is being presidential, whatever that may imply in Trump's universe. It's a tightrope walk that's as graceful as an elephant. The irony here must not be overlooked. Even Trump, who has no shame for making inflammatory remarks, is attempting to put some distance between himself and another person's contentious remarks. Seeing a skunk whine about unpleasant smells is like being a spectator. Everyone, keep on your MAGA hats. Laura Loomer, Trump's friend, is preparing for a legal showdown as her friend is occupied playing political twister in opposition to a comedian for telling jokes. Does Trump's America routinely involve the most absurd lawsuit threats, or is this the worst of all time? Yes, it is correct. While Loomer is lawyering up, she isn't smiling at Maher's humor. A organized attack on Maher is being led by our favorite conspiracy theorist, who is having a tantrum greater than Trump's ego. The tension.
My hobby is refurbishing vintage lawn jockeys. If you say Beetlejuice 4 times, you get me. I think Michael Jackson faked the moonwalking. And I believe the government put something in the water that makes you pee.
The remarks made by Maher were inappropriate and very disrespectful to Donald and Melania Trump, according to Loomer, who is quite agitated. For whatever reason, it seems that mocking famous people is illegal in Loomer's universe. She needs to hear about the First Amendment from someone. Rest assured, things will improve. Loomer is furious with Maher and her alone. The entire mainstream media and those annoying leftist personalities are her enemies in her mind. What an inflated sense of self-importance. Her mentality seems to be that she is the protagonist in a political drama in which she plays the role of the heroic victim. The irony here needs to be acknowledged. Loomer is considering legal action due to her penchant for making contentious remarks. It's as annoying as listening to a skunk whine about unpleasant scents. The same individual who claimed that 9/11 was an inside job is now at it again. Laura, I'm sure you can elaborate on the ways in which Maher's jokes are inappropriate. It's hard not to question Loomer's ultimate goal in this situation. In her wildest dreams, would she sue a comic for simply performing her job, or is it really another frantic attempt to get people's attention? Comedy gold in any case. Loomer is already penning new material, so Maher doesn't even have to. Recall that this is the very same Laura Loomer who has built a livelihood off uttering ludicrous statements. A human clickbait factory she is, but now that someone has flipped the script on her, she's acting quite decently and with respect. You would think she's trying out for the post of personal comedian to President Trump. The sweet topping for this absurd Sunday, the private citizen label is being used against Loomer. She says, yeah, since average people's contentious political opinions and relationships to ex-presidents frequently garner media attention. No matter how hard you try, Laura, you just can't have it both ways. This whole drama over a comedic skit merely highlights Trump and his associates' lack of intestinal fortitude. No matter how much they give, they just can't take. It's like if you're witnessing a group of bullies in a playground, apologizing to the teacher when someone confronts them. Now, what happens in the next episode of this political drama? Loomer has threatened to sue, but will she really do it? Is Trump going to defend her or just dump her like all the others?